What's going on, y'all? I got a solution for distance per tank of gas in C++. First things first, I need to create a constant variable, and it's an integer. It's going to be the number of gallons, num of gallons. I'm going to set that equal to 35 gallons. All right, the next set of variables are going to be regular variables that are not constant variables. And they're going to be float variables. One is called in town, and this is a MPG in town miles per gallon. So say in town we did I don't know 34 mile. We'll just say 34.76 miles, right? We'll just do that. Okay, and the next variable is also a float, and this is going to be highway miles per gallon. And that's going to be set equal to, let's say, 230 miles and, I don't know, 0.87 miles. Right? We'll just leave it like that. Okay, and then the next set of variables, this is going to be some calculations here. So we'll just call this the process portion of the program, and these are also some float variables. So I'm continuing this statement here. So as you see, there's a comma at the end of each, so I'm just continuing this statement here. So this is going to be in town distance, and this is set equal to the number of gallons multiplied by the in town MPG, the in town per gallon. Okay, and then the next, okay, all right, and then the next process variable is the highway distance, and that's going to be set equal to the number of gallons as well, multiplied by the highway gallons. Highway miles per gallon. All right, and that's the end of that. This entire statement right here. So these are all float variables. We'll say that these up here, we'll just call these our input variables. Just imagine that these variables were given by the user, but in this case they're hard coded in there, so we provided that input. And then here's the process portion, and then of course we need an output portion of the program. So input, we would get information, we process the information, then we output the information to the user. All right, so in order to do that, I need to use the cout statement. So I'm going to make one continuous cout statement, and we'll say that this is the end of it. It'll be a line break at the end, right? So this is a cout statement. Okay, so inside the cout statement, we want to output all this information that we calculated. So we'll just say what number of gallons equals number of gallons, and the next thing we'll say in town MPG. MPG meaning miles of gallons. So in town miles per gallon, and then we'll put this. We'll put the variables that we provided. Okay, and then in town distance equals in town distance, and then end L. So basically we're just all this information, all these variables, and then these variables that were processed, they're basically outputted back to the user so they can see what so we can see what happened in the calculations. Because at some point you'll probably have to ask the user for some information, and this is just a good way of kind of learning how to calculate and then process and then output information. And the next one is highway distance, and that's set equal to way distance, and then put a line break. All right, and then just one thing I like to do is I like to make this a little bit, look a little nicer. So I'll just kind of put all the equal signs like that, and then even the code itself, make the code itself look nice. All right, like so. It looks good to me. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is open this file inside of a terminal, or open the folder that the file is in the terminal. So I'll open up the Explorer on the left hand side, right click, and open integrated terminal. Okay, so this is the file this is the folder that the file is in. So this file is 000.cpp. If you want to see that, you can press ls, and shows you all the files that are inside that folder. If you want to see where the folder is, you just print working directory pwd, and it'll show you I'm in users, Hernandez, desktop, and then I got the folder C++ programming on the desktop. So that's just a little bit of that information there. I'm going to clear this out, so I'll make sure I'm in the right folder. In order to run this this program, I need to say I need to compile it first. So I say C++, enter. I'm sorry, C++ file name.cpp, and then enter. And then from here, I need to run the program /a.out, enter. There's the information right here that's printed to the user.